we stand in honor of the legacies of those who came before us. Welcome to the land of the Hopewell tradition. There are few hills on this land, but yet there are hills of other sorts that we must climb together. We are so glad that you are joining us in celebrating our fellow travelers. Theirs are lives being well lived and well shared.
For more than 100 years, Directions for Youth and Families has carried out its mission to build and inspire hope, healing, and resilience for youth and families, one individual and one family at a time. Through counseling, education, and support programs, Directions for Youth and Families impacts the lives of thousands in our community each year.
In recognition of the important role this organization plays in bringing stability and opportunity to youth and families and neighborhoods, Directions for Youth and Families has been selected as the 2022 honoree of the Columbus Foundation Award. I'm pleased to welcome the President of Directions for Youth and Families, Duane Casares.
Duane, for those who are unfamiliar with Directions for Youth and Families, how do you describe the mission?
I would describe the mission of our organization as a nonprofit mental health agency who serves kids and families out in the community. I think one of the things that's unique about our organization is we've always done it on an outreach basis. So we have a bunch of counseling. We serve over 5,000 kids in our therapy programs, but all of it's in the homes, in the schools, in the community. You actually get to see kids and their families really in their environments. You can really get a picture of what you're truly dealing with. And we also have 2 after-school programs and summer programs.
What are some of the barriers and challenges facing youth and families in our region?
The biggest one that always comes to the forefront of my mind is poverty. There's so many issues that come with poverty that end up creating challenges. And anytime that you're in an impoverished community, there's other things that come with it. You typically have a higher crime rate, lack of access to food, a lack of access to services, and then barriers of transportation, barriers of childcare. All of these things just start to pile up, and at sometimes it becomes very difficult at times for you to focus in on hope or what could be. When we were opened up on Ohio Avenue, one of the first projects we did was we worked with kids around I Aspire to Be. So their picture was in the middle and there were circles. It was an art thing as well as expressive writing, and it was so difficult for our kids to work through that because so many of them had not spent time thinking about what they could potentially be. That opened our eyes to many things. So we knew then we need to expose our kids to as many opportunities as possible. We just think that all of our kids should have the experiences every other kid has, because then that brings up aspirations and it gives people hope and a future.
The theme of this year's Celebration of Philanthropy is about how the human spirit moves our community forward. Can you talk about how your organization is moving our community forward?
We believe in the people we serve. It's one of the things that even with our community restoration model, it isn't about doing things to people anymore. It isn't throwing services into people's laps and telling them they have to use it. It's not going into communities and saying, hey, I'm giving you this service, now use it. We really take an approach that you have to work with that community. They should have a say in the services they get. They should have a say in the programming. They really should direct the process. We have to stop going in and telling people or working at them and truly partner with them and allow them to direct the process. This is the way you're going to have a lasting impact. So we truly do believe starting where our people are at and then growing from there, working from their strength base or what resources they have or don't have.
What does it mean for Directions for Youth and Families to be this year's recipient of the Columbus Foundation Award?
It truly is a reflection of the people who work with us. I am surrounded by so many great counselors and social workers and therapists and support staff, and I can't say enough about our work. We have this thing called the second most important person, so we think our clients are number one. So we think the second most important person is our frontline staff, and all of our other jobs, regardless of your title or how important you think you are, your job is to make the frontline workers' job easier because they're the tools we use to serve. And we always use that word, to serve. Our frontline people are remarkable because they're the ones out there every day. They're the ones out there that are in the streets and in the neighborhoods. I think that this really is a reflection of their work, and this honors all of them.